The evening lights of the hotel ballroom shimmered like scattered stars. Soft jazz played in the background. Laughter and clinking glasses filled the air. It was my wife's company party, a big celebration for her team's latest project success. She looked stunning in her deep blue dress, hair swept up, smiling at everyone. We arrived together. As we stepped through the doors, she turned to me. Her voice was low, almost a whisper. "Don't let them think we're a couple." I paused. The words hung between us. I looked at her. She avoided my eyes, fixing her gaze on the crowd instead. I smiled. "Okay." She nodded once, relieved, then walked ahead. I followed a few steps behind, like we were just acquaintances who happened to arrive at the same time. Sarah moved through the room with ease. She greeted her boss, Mark, with a warm laugh. She touched his arm lightly when she spoke. She laughed at his jokes a little too long. I watched from the edge of the crowd, holding a glass of water I hadn't touched. People came up to me. "You here with someone?" one of her coworkers asked. "Just supporting the team," I said. I kept the smile on my face. Sarah glanced over now and then. Each time our eyes met, she looked away quickly. She stayed close to Mark. They talked in low voices. Once, he leaned in so close his shoulder brushed hers. She didn't pull back. I remembered how it started. 6 months ago. Late nights at the office. Weekend. Team meetings. Text she hid when I walked into the room. Perfume that wasn't hers on her jacket. I never confronted her. I waited. I watched. Tonight was the night I stopped waiting. The speeches began. The company CEO stepped to the microphone. He praised the team. He called Sarah up to the stage. She walked up confidently, heels clicking on the polished floor. She stood there, glowing under the lights. Mark stood beside her, clapping the loudest. The CEO finished. Everyone applauded. Sarah smiled at the crowd. Then she looked at me, just for a second. Her smile faltered. I raised my glass in a quiet toast. She looked away. After the speeches, the music picked up. People danced. Sarah and Mark moved to the center of the floor. They swayed together, not too close, but close enough. Her hand rested on his shoulder. His hand sat low on her back. I walked over to the bar. I ordered a drink this time. Something strong. I sipped it slowly. A woman from her department came up. "You're Sir's friend, right? She mentioned you might come." "Something like that," I said. She laughed. "She talks about you sometimes. Says you're supportive." I nodded. "I try." She walked away. I watched Sarah spin under Mark's arm. She laughed, the same laugh she used to save for me. The night wore on. People started to leave. Sarah found me near the exit. "Ready to go?" she asked. Her voice was casual, like nothing happened. I looked at her. "You go ahead. I think I'll stay a bit longer." She frowned. "Why?" "I like the music." She hesitated. "Okay. I'll see you at home." She kissed my cheek, quick, like a habit. Then she walked out with Mark. He held the door for her. They disappeared into the night. I stayed. I talked to a few more people. I listened to their stories. I smiled when they asked about Sarah. Finally, the lights dimmed. The staff started cleaning up. I drove home alone. The house was quiet when I walked in. Sir's car was in the driveway. Lights were off upstairs. I sat in the living room. I waited. She came down around midnight. She wore her robe. Her makeup was gone. She looked tired. "You're still up," she said. "Yeah." She sat across from me. "The party was nice." It was. Silence stretched between us. She spoke first. "I didn't want them to know because work is separate. I don't want complications." I nodded slowly. "Complications." She looked at her hands. "Mark and I were just friends. Close friends. Nothing more." I leaned forward. "Friends who dance like that. Friends who leave together." Her eyes widened. "We shared a cab. That's all." I pulled out my phone. I opened the messages I'd saved. Texts from her to him. Late night words. Plans to meet. Hearts. Promises. I turned the screen toward her. She stared. Color drained from her face. I didn't want to believe it, I said quietly, but the signs were there. The late nights. The secrets. Tonight just made it clear. Tears filled her eyes. "I'm sorry. It just happened. I didn't mean to hurt you." I stood up. "You asked me not to let them think we were a couple, so I didn't. And now, I won't pretend anymore." She reached for my hand. I stepped back. "I love you," she whispered. I looked at her. "The woman I married. The woman I trusted." "I loved you too," I said. "But love doesn't hide. It doesn't lie. It doesn't ask someone to pretend they don't exist." I walked to the door. I picked up my keys. "Where are you going?" she asked. "Somewhere else. For now." She stood. "We can fix this, please." I paused at the door. "Maybe one day. But not tonight. Not like this." I stepped outside. The cool night air hit my face. I got in the car. I drove away. Behind me, the house light stayed on. But inside, something had already gone dark. The road stretched ahead. Empty. Quiet. For the first time in months, I breathed easy.